Who am I with this G thanks hair? Hey guys, Maryam here. In today's video, I'm gonna be testing out and reviewing Huda Beauty's latest palettes, the new Pastel Obsessions. And I will be creating two looks that you see on my eyes right now. One using the mint, the other one using the lilac. And I'll also dip a little bit into the rose palette as well. Of course, expect a verdict at the end as I always do. I'm very excited for these palettes because I really like the colors, but watch this video in its entirety. And remember to subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell so you can see all of my Wednesdays and Sundays videos. I want to hear from you. Which girl are you? Mint or lilac? Sound off? I love you guys. Let's hit it. Okay, so first and foremost, how cute is this little backpack that the products came in? Thank you, Huda Beauty, for this awesome mint little bag. I will definitely put it to good use. I think it's perfect for the spring. And the fact that it's a PR package is just awesome. In it, we have two packages, actually. My first time opening it up. Here's the card that comes with it. So here we have the 3 new Pastel Obsessions palettes: Pastel Lilac, Pastel Mint, Pastel Rose, $29 each. Available online starting March 1st, in store starting March 27th. HudaBeauty.com, and I believe these are limited edition. I will list and link everything down below. Ooh, we also got 3 new brushes. How cute. Very minty, very pastel-y. Gonna put these to good use. I must add this one little tidbit. This has nothing to do with the review. This has nothing to do with anything, but I am absolutely obsessed with these bubble wrap packaging from Huda Beauty. If you look closely, the bubble wrap or the bubbles are actually hearts. How cute. This is perfect to travel with. I use these all the time. Thank you, Huda. But anyway, going back to the products, here are the 3 palettes. And over here, in another heart bubble wrap Ziploc bag, we have some matte and metal melted shadows. I already have all of these shades, so I'm thinking these are to coordinate with each of the individual palettes. Here's the mint, here's the lilac, and here's the rose. It actually says here on the card that these eyeshadow palettes are best to be paired with the melted shadows for the perfect base. I'm not gonna do that in today's video. I am just going to be using 1 primer and 2 different palettes on each eye because today I just want to test out the different colors. And since I'm pretty familiar with Huda's formulations, I'm thinking that Fenty Beauty base will be fair. All right, let's open these babies up. Here we have Pastel's Rose. Very, very cute, very springy. These are more on the mauve-y tone of rose with some limey colors. There's this very interesting swirly shimmery shade. And then on the card it says that 3 of the 9 shadow pans are actually metallic jellies. So I'm assuming that these are the jellies. I really need to get rid of these nails because I cannot open packages with these damn nails. I don't know how people do it. Here we have the Pastel's Lilac Bourgeois. Again, 5 mattes, 3 metallic jellies, and 1 shimmer swirl. And last but not least, Pastel's Mint. This is the one that I am the most excited about. I think everyone's most excited about this one. It's just so fresh. It's so springy. It's so pretty. And looking at it right now, I just feel like I need this on my eyes right now. I need to freshen up my look with this. I think it's just a great transitional, feel good, warm weather color compilation that I am clearly into. 4 mattes, 3 metallic jellies, and 2 shimmer swirls. Swatch model time. All right, so here we have the Pastel Lilac palette, and over here is the Pastel's Rose. I quite like the pigmentation and the color compilations of the lilac way more than the rose. Just swatched better, felt a lot smoother on my fingers, just glided better on his skin. Boom, baby. Here we have the mint. This was my second favorite swatching palette. I really do like the minty mattes. I think they're gorgeous. The shimmery shades are really nice as well. I don't really see a difference between the swirls and the jellies, if I'm being honest. I think everything is pretty sparkly, pretty shimmery, and pretty. Those are my thoughts on the mint palette. Thank you, swatch model. Off you go. Okay guys, so that was the swatches. Sorry I had to do the swatches off camera just for the sake of time because I really want to get this video out to you ASAP. And also, well, that was a lot of shades to swatch. So I used my bad finger and I swatched them on Lee's arm. Anyway, now I think it's time to, oh yeah, apply all of these shadows to my face. I am designating the Pastel's Mint eyeshadow palette for this side of my face. And I am designating Pastel's Lilac, which is arguably my second favorite palette from the collection for this side of the face. I just didn't quite like the color compilation here in the Pastels Rose. Just a little bit too blah, just a little bit too boring. And I also found that the matte shades were particularly dry in this palette. Although I'll still put them to good use and I'll still probably dip into some of these, I will mainly be using the Pastels Lilac and Pastels Mint for this video. That said, whipping out my Fenty Beauty primer that I gotta say, I love so much more than the P. Louise base. Everyone is talking and raving about this one, but I've been testing it out for a whole week while I was in LA. I traveled with only this base, and let me tell you, my shadow creased, and that is just no bueno. So I'm going back to my favorite primer that truly works for me, which is the Fenty Beauty eyeshadow base. I'm gonna apply that all over my lids. It's been such a busy week for me, you guys. I just got back from LA. I was out there for nearly a week, and when I tell you that even though I was there through the weekend, I had not a single day off. It was go, go, go from the beginning. I had events, I had meetings, I had shoots, I had multiple shoots. I even filmed 2 collabs, one with Laura Lee, check my previous video, and another one with Jen from Head to Toe. That video is coming soon. I met up with friends. I binge partied. I always binge party when I'm in LA. I don't know how I do it given the fact that my schedule is so tight when I'm traveling, but I somehow managed to fit drinking in the schedule. All right, so lids are primed and prepped, picking up Pastels Mint. Ooh, she is so cute, you guys. She is really, really cute. All right, so I'm gonna use this Build and Blend lavender colored brush. I'm gonna dip into, I guess, the lightest shade here, which is this mint. This is a very, very, very pale mint. This mint is so pale, it's lighter than my skin tone, but it adheres to the primer, and for as pale as it is, it's actually not too chalky, but it is dusty. I'm gonna go for this slightly darker mint here, and this one's more of like a PIXI green type of shade. I'm gonna add that right below. I don't really see a difference in color upon application. You could see the difference in the pan, but not so much on the lid. Although I would say this one is probably a little bit more opaque. I'm gonna stop my transition shade at that for now. I'm gonna open up the Pastels Lilac. Super cute. And I love me a lilac moment for spring, you guys. It is my jam. I'm gonna go for this very dusty lilac shade here. Hate nails. I hate nails. I'm gonna use the mirror that's included. Whoa! That is chalky, honey. And that is dusty, baby. Oh my. Okay, so I think with these super pale pastel-y shades, it's really important to kind of build up the color. So you start off with a little bit and then pack it on and then kind of blend it out. Otherwise, I don't think it'll stick. It'll just be difficult to work with. I will say though that Huda Beauty's Mercury Retrograde palette had a lot of pastel-y shades similar to these two. And in my experience, they were just a lot easier to work with. They weren't chalky. They were just beautiful and very, very creamy. Definitely probably not the same formulation, especially given the pan size and the packaging. On to the next color, same brush. This is a Sigma Blending E25. Gonna go for the slightly darker mauvier shade. Not as chalky. There's a distinction between this shade and the previous, so I like that. It's cute. Ooh, only thing I'm not liking is that it's emphasizing right here my rougher skin. But maybe that's just the quality of the matte, so let's just leave it at that. All right, going back to my pastel mint eye, I am going to dip into this very bright mint. I'm gonna pack that on my lid. You know what, this shade is really nice. I actually probably should have started with this one and blended it out with the lighter two, because this is the star of this palette. It's still pastel-y, it's still minty, but it's just so much more vibrant. So if you're someone who's of a deeper complexion, even if you're someone who's a bit more tan, you most likely wouldn't get a lot of use out of these two. They are just so pale and so chalky, and these shades just would not photograph well on someone who has a deeper complexion. But this shade, this is good stuff. I'm gonna just blur out the edges with that chalky minty shade. You know what? I'm gonna add more of that vibrant mint just all over. This is gonna be a wash of color. Feeling it. We're not done here, so don't get too excited yet. I'm gonna pick up this Smoke and Smudge shadow brush, and with my lilac eye, dipping into this darker shade. Ooh. This one has a lot of shadow dust. It's not really adhering too easily onto my lid. But man, the colors are just so freaking pretty. I'm gonna blend that out once more. Why isn't it a thing to wear 2 different color eyeshadows? Why isn't it a thing to wear 2 different shoes? It should be a thing, because what if you can't decide? I don't know which one I like more. I feel like they're both a vibe. Like one's a vibe, one's a mood. One's New York, one's LA. You know what I'm saying? Definitely LA, definitely New York. Also, you guys, some news. Lee and I are actually seriously considering for the first time ever in our careers to actually move to LA. I know we've probably said this about 10 times before, but this last time that we were in LA, it was evident. It was clear that LA is where we needed to be in order to really further our careers, in order to really dive into the culture that is the beauty industry. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this decision. I figured the more I start openly talking about it, the more real it becomes and the more I can't back away from it. But it's been hard for us to make this decision because our families are here in New York, even though my brother and sister just moved to Pennsylvania, but still they are on the East Coast and I do get to see them pretty often. So it's still not an easy decision for us, but I definitely do want to hear your thoughts. I guess let's try to go for this very, very shimmery shade here. Sorry, did not mean to flip the camera. Shimmer swirl is kind of an interesting formulation and texture. Almost feels a little bit oily on the finger. Definitely has that very soft jelly quality, but because it feels kind of oily and because of that jelly quality, I also noticed that it's picking up the shadow underneath, so it's kind of eating the matte, which is interesting. Anyway, I'm just gonna apply that to the center for a little something, and then I might need to go back with that teal and just reapply it to the borders where you can clearly see that the shimmer shadow ate the matte, like right here and right here. Just wipe my finger. I'm gonna do the same thing with the lilac. I'm gonna go for this swirl here, which feels a lot more dry and not as oily as the mint counterpart. This one feels just like an eyeshadow topper. I don't know, maybe it needs to be worked up a little. I don't know, I kind of like it, and I also kind of don't. Fallout is there, but it's minimal, and it's not really sticking, but I still gotta beat it off. I don't know, something about this eye is just looking a little bit amateur for me. So I'm gonna try this swirl here, and I'm gonna apply it with a brush this time. This swirl is interesting because it does have some bronzy particles as well, so it's not entirely minty. Not sure what kind of effect that'll give, if any at all. I feel like in order to really make this eye look work, I need a black, and I need to just deepen and darken this outer V. Otherwise, it just looks like a really bright dot of color and then just some shimmer. I'm gonna patch that up with the same shade. I'm gonna have to reach for black, you guys. I have this palette here from MAC, which is their Desert Lightning collection. I'm gonna use a little smudger brush, pick up the black, and I'm gonna add that exactly where I need that, just right here, to deepen and darken that corner. Do you see how that just makes a difference? Makes it a little bit more wearable. Yeah, I just needed that little bit, just for a bit of dimension. I'm gonna drag just a little bit of that black to the lower lash line and then seal with the green. I'm gonna add that mint all around, just blending out that corner. And I actually want to pick up a bit more of that swirly shade and add that over the black. Just like that, just like a little hint. That made me feel better. I'm not gonna do that to this eye. Instead, I think I'm just going to, ooh, all of these highlighter colors look very, very, very lavender to me. Let's go for this rosy sparkly shade here. This is that metallic jelly. I'm gonna add that in my inner corner. That is mighty boomin'. Also gonna add that to my brow arch. I think you guys already know the style of my makeup. I always like to add a bit of highlighter to just the top of the brow arch right here and to my inner corner. Maybe also to the center for a little something. Maybe have the meat if I'm in a mood. But yeah, something like that is good. For my minty side, I'm gonna stick to mint. I have this shine and line brush. So let's add the shine. That was necessary. That is so cute. I'm gonna add this grayish brown shade here. Never mind, I don't like the way that looks. I'm gonna clean off this little smudger brush. I'm gonna pick up this darkest shade from the lilac palette, and I'm gonna start pushing that into my lower lash line. Also gonna re-emphasize that outer corner, and that is cute. I'm gonna finish off the look with some liner. I got this Huda Beauty Life Liner, which I did test out recently, and I gotta say, it's a liner that I really like. It's got a pencil on one side and a dippy eyeliner on the other side, so that's perfect. I'm gonna just chisel out a bit with that black, smudge that out with the mint, and then I'm gonna line my top lash line, starting from the wing. This liner is kind of unique. It's so creamy that it almost doesn't feel like liquid. Almost feels like one of those old school gel liners from a pot. All right, that looks really cute. I'm gonna leave this eye alone. I feel like this is as good as it's gonna get. You just add a smidge of black right here. I'm ready to complete the other eye. Man, I will say I really do like this liner. It's very different from my Balm Cosmetics Schwing liner that I love so much, and also from my Lancome Grandiose. And if I expect this liner to act just like those two, I will probably hate it. But I'm giving it a chance, and I'm letting the quality of this liner dictate my actions. Lashes are on. I'm wearing the new Iconic Luxe lashes. I also just added a little bit more liner on top to disguise my lashes some more. And now I'm ready to complete this look with some lips. I already have my lip liner on, which is the Laura Mercier Chestnut Pencil. Shocker, not pillow talk. Just gonna re-emphasize my lips real quick. And for the lips, I am thinking something a little bit more neutral, obviously, to go with this look. Really don't have many choices here in front of me, so Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lip Gloss it is. Just goes with everything and brings everything together. All right, and here is the final pastel mint look along with the final pastel lilac look. Let me know, which girl are you? I am kind of both, because I am just that kind of girl. I love vibrant colors. I love minty shades, especially for this time of the year when we're just getting out of the winter season. Just gets me all amped and ready for the warm summer months. I love this kind of color compilation. That said, I feel like we are at a point of the video where I get to give my verdict. Let's start with the Pastels Rose palette, which I didn't really use, but it's not a color compilation that really appeals to me too much. I feel like I've seen this before. I've even seen this from HUDA, where there's some rosy tones and some lavenders and also some of these pale lemon shades. It's cute, it's nice, but it's just not my cup of tea. Although I will probably keep this in my arsenal because I do like some of these shimmery shades, but again, not something that I personally gravitate towards. Now, the two palettes that I did test out, the Pastels Lilac and the Pastels Mint, because I reviewed these quite thoroughly, I dipped my fingers into them, I dipped my brushes into them, I swatched them, I created two looks with these. I feel like I have a pretty good, well-rounded opinion on these two shadow palettes. And quality-wise, I think these shadows are about a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. Yes, the mattes are a bit on the dry side. They're really dusty. In both palettes, in the lilac and also in the mint, I think the lilac applied a little bit easier than the mint, just because purples are probably a little bit easier to formulate, and we see them a lot in palettes, and Huda has created many purple lavender sort of eyeshadow colors in her palettes before, so perhaps there's some experience there, but they weren't super duper pigmented. There was a lot of dust, there was a lot of fallout, there was a lot of powder all around, and I had a hard time getting them to stick. But once they stuck, at least they stuck seamlessly. Whereas with the Pastels Mint palette for this eye, it was a little bit hard for me to get them to blend out right here in this area. You could definitely see some patchiness. Once I introduced the black, it became even more difficult for me to blend that color with this formulation. This one I would say is also probably on a 6.5 to 7 out of 10 in terms of quality. However, considering that these are such niche palettes with such stunning colors, I am going to give them an overall score of a 7. Reason being is because I really do gravitate towards these colors. The packaging is fun and cute. The mirror is great. I really like the shimmery shades, although they're not super duper vibrant and super pigmented. I hate to use that word over and over again, but it's what I mean. They're not as pigmented as some of the other shimmery shadows that we've seen. They are still so pretty. I'm going to continue giving these palettes a chance. I'm going to test them out with the matte and metal liquid eyeshadow that it pairs so well with. I'll see how they wear that way, and I'll let you guys know. For now, comment down below and let me know, which girl are you? All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. I will see you in my next video. Hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you for making it to the end. Subscribe button is right here, so click on it if you haven't already. And also, do check out some of my other reviews. I have many more Huda Beauty reviews, palettes, more palettes, tan tours, shimmers, body shimmers. I got it all, you guys. I love you so much. I am out. Mwah!